ओके फाइन।
ठीक है।
धीरज प्लीज म्यूट कर लो अगर कुछ बोलना नहीं है तो। ओके फाइन, थैंक यू। सो सी, basically your results will be out most likely somewhere between like say 28 to 510 whatever जो information आ रही है ना basically. तो you can see at max 10 to 15 days. ठीक है, 24th is done, 10 to 15 days it is there. Now in the last session my focus was on to give you brief on what accounts you can prepare. Okay, I hope you have started working on the same. Now two things I want to make it very clear. One thing is your state. You have to prepare it thoroughly. In the last session, I have told you what to revise, from where to do state and all, what kind of questions it can be asked. ठीक है? Because state is like what to say, like, Pandora box. Okay, it something keeps coming out of it. You go for the economical point of view, you will find social point of view. Then go for panel mocks and all. You will find they are asking some irrelevant question, relevant question. Basically, you will not be able to discover what to do or what not to do in that scenario. Now, those who want to do, obviously, it's a tough time. You will not be able to do each and everything. Go for the transcript question, solve at least 20 questions. Solve at least 20 questions related to your state. And when I say solve, na, I did not say practice, I said solve. I mean it. You know that in the last batch, some of them scored 190 plus. Okay, even low scorers were also there in the same batch. Sometimes it's just a bad day. You all are prepared and it comes the low score. That can happen anywhere. सब कुछ ठीक है, prelims नहीं निकलता, कई बार ऐसा भी हो जाता है. That is fine. ठीक है. But what I observe the consistency, or basically I want to here point out certain areas. ठीक है. First thing, rather than just practicing orally your answers, people have written answers. Okay, so what is in the writing? It's like they never ever speak or answer the questions which are but obvious kind of. For example, your introduction, you write it 3 times, you will be able to find out what you are missing. Okay, so basically 3 writings of but obvious questions. But obvious means what is the meaning of your name? Okay, fine. Now, what is the meaning of my name? It can be said in a two-way. It's a factual question, basically. We all have a name, we all have a meaning, that's it. But how you can represent that both can become interested. Okay, there are two kinds of interview. Leading interview. Basically, I'm talking today about the leading interview. You give the story how your name came into the existence. What if any story is behind your name? Gajanan, if someone is there. So it was not like na ki Ganesh ji ka naam Gajanan was from the starting itself. If not, whether there was some situation in your family, why this particular name only, not others? Then what kind of qualities you have with your name? These things matters. Okay, so जो what obvious questions that you can write. Second, I will say, now I know you will not be able to study much. Fine. You all know the area that for UPSC, when it comes to the current affairs, go through previous year questions available in the transcript channel. They generally end up asking question from the international relations and economic side only. When it is about the international relation and economic side, what you can do? Again, you have to write. Suppose the question is, how do you see India's relation with China? Now mains do not ask such question. And whatever you write, examiner is not going to cross question. When you will write na, at least you will be able to cross question yourself. In the sessions that I will conduct post your results, that you all know that I conduct the Zoom based regular sessions. Okay, what I do the cross questions whatever you're saying. In interview, no question is correct, no question, answer is wrong in reality. Okay, so here I would like to open the debate first with this question itself, just to give you a reality check. What if your interview comes in the next 30 days? 40 days मिलता है उसको जिसका स्टार्टिंग में इंटरव्यू होता है. And if it is not your second interview, means if it is your first interview, you will find hard कि मैं what should I do, whether I go for particularly in the direction of mock style kind of thing, whether I prepare how many mocks and all. You will end up being confused. Okay, so one by one I just want you guys to go through this question. How do you see India's relation with China? Those who have not turned on your camera, it's completely fine, but I will request that at least your mic should be unmuted. I will not be able to relate the things with the chat box, to be very honest. Take 30 seconds as a timer, then start one by one. Is anyone ready? No? See, the people who left in between, it might be a case that you will watch the recording. Let me be very frank, because I am that blunt, people know. You are actually doing the first wrong thing that you do. You are in the situation where you are ready that I will not speak. Why to speak at all? I'm not saying that right, wrong, whatever. You have read a number of articles and number of books. India, China, 3-4 lines, more than enough. How do you see? सबके पास है content. It's not like that. But you are assuring yourself that I will not speak. Okay. Yeah. Anyone? Go ahead, Shubhanshi.
Good evening, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, so let me just confirm that your question was basically about how India-China relationships are.
No,
So if
my
you could-
question is very specific. How do you see India-China relationships? I'm talking about your opinion.
Okay. So my opinion about India-China relationship is that it is a relationship which like which works on mutual benefit as well as a shared concern about the diverging interests of the two countries. Now, if I elaborate briefly on this, what I mean to say is that both the countries are working in their own interests. More so, it is evident from China's side because of its different foreign policies foreign policies, for instance, the debt trap policy it follows for many other countries. So we see that China is following a very aggressive strategy towards other countries. So such strategic autonomy kind of thing that is evident from both the countries, and at the same time there is a very strong economic relationship between the countries which mandates them to
That's why.
maintain a
That's
balance.
why. Wait, Sumanshi, not to criticize. Okay, that's why I said that you have to write. Okay, you
Okay.
should be in the writing practice as well. Reason for the same. See, you kept on speaking Do you even know at which point of time I become disinterested? You have so much to say now. And do you think how many minutes you will be having to answer this question?
So it would be probably less than a minute.
Exactly. So ideal good answer somewhere lies between 40 to 50 seconds.
Okay, sir.
If the examiner interviewer is interested, he will ask the leading question from it. It's not like that you have to just put all your knowledge over there.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Fine.
should I say
Yeah,
that why I felt this, like, felt the need to elaborate? Because when I
certainly.
said the first sentence, like, because it was not well formed in my brain before speaking, that is why I felt that it's like it's more on the vague side. And
Yeah, I do completely agree. I do completely agree. That's what we do through regular practice. Na?
okay, sir.
Okay, don't worry. Right now, I'm not in that mode. I just basically want to first Dheeraj, then Puneet. I guess Dheeraj ने दो एक बार hand raise किया था. Dheeraj,
Yes, sir. Sir, India's relations with China are about managing the differences while at the same time promoting the common interest together so that we can shape the next century as an Asian century. Like, like the territorial dispute is there, we have to minimize it and at the same time promote the trade, our trade, and as well as the free Indo-Pacific interest that we have.
fine. I will conclude in the end so that you can have a glimpse what I do in the sessions. Abhiraj,
Okay.
sorry, then Puneet. Sorry,
China
Puneet.
relation,
First, Abhiraj.
sorry, India-China relations are of economic interdependence with a paradox of hostilities on all other fronts. So this is, I think, how I would define the relationship between India and China.
This is come what I say. I've planted a seed that her answer was very long. You guys ensure that I should not speak more than a line. Your answer is a no answer, both of you. You tried to just give me a introduction.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Fine, Puneet.
Sir, both are the two developing nations who were among the richest countries till 18th century. And right now, both are working in their mutual interest to achieve that position again.
Again, a short and crisp, but no in-depth answer. So fine. Anyone else would like to try? Yeah, Margi.
Sir, India's relations with China right now basically have convergences on the trade position, as both of them are important trading partners. However, being ideologically different with respect to the diplomacy, given India is a soft power diplomacy while China practices an aggressive diplomacy, we are walking on a tightrope on that front. In the future, we'll have to manage our divergences while maximizing the convergences, so we gain the fruits and then go forward to making the 21st century as an ancient century.
Okay. So done, I guess. Anyone else? Fine. No hands raised, no nothing.
Sir,
So yeah,
sir,
Satya.
me, can I say? Sir,
Uh-huh.
the current relationship between India and China is about maintaining the strategic autonomy and the sovereignty of the both country. Since both of the country are very much interconnected with the trade, so we have to maintain a equilibrium between both the countries such that not an individual country suffer from the dominance of the other country. And currently in the global landscape, both the country are shaping their own dominance as well as their own path towards the growth and prosperity.
So one thing was there in his answer, strategic keywords were there that any newspaper, any mains answer should be having. Now, my question was, how do you see India-China relations? Yeah, India's relation with China. Okay. You are appearing for neutral, I guess, bureaucracy. Means either you will be recruited by China or India. The way you answered, quite balanced answer. A realistic answer is appreciated in the UPSC panel. So what was good thing about Margi and Satyam? They tried to at least touch the things. As if I had to answer what line I would have preferred. In the present circumstances, it's not about the historical. India, China being the neighbor, I mentioned, have converging as well as diverging interests. किसी का चुरा लिया आप लोगों में से, ठीक है? The word as well as China see India as a competitor. ये पॉइंट जब तक नहीं मानोगे तो डाइवर्जेंस है क्यों पता कैसे लग रहा है मुझे. वन लाइन है दिया मेरा भी, ठीक है? एक दो एग्जांपल्स आप ऐड ऑन कर सकते हैं. आई नेवर गिव फुल फ्लेज्ड आंसर, दैट्स माय प्रॉमिस टू ऑल ऑफ यू. आई नेवर डू स्पून फीडिंग, ठीक है? आई डोंट. Then you bring out that concept. China is the reality. You cannot ignore the rise of China and all. At the same time, what you have to assure? India should be conscious of its expansionist policy. वरना हमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है चाइना से? It cannot dump anything. We can control everything. Whatever issues we have territorial issues or basically, but to say your expansionist policy wala issues के साथ. Rest other issues are minor issues. That's why our minister again and again says, without territorial, things cannot be right. But what China says, we will settle the border differences later. Let's put the business interest first. Because that is for his interest or the country's interest, China's interest. कि business चलता रहेगा, India will be dependent on us in the future. Territorial delay. And we are in the position, we will not take anything. Try to understand the context. I do not know how you guys were not using the same in the answer. When you will write answer, you will be able to question whatever I mentioned. If explanation is a minus, just subtract from this discussion. I would have used more than, I guess, 40-45 seconds only, na? Some less than a minute only. So some more structure
Yes.
was there. So that's what I want you guys to learn. So those who have scored 190 plus, n number of students, Sangi Pateria, Rochika Garg, okay, and then I guess Arvind Henglam, he too scored 193, and n number of people who do not get the rank, but they scored 190 plus. 180 plus, good enough in the last session. They were writing. In the starting, they wrote. It's not about that you have to write in total. Once that mindset develops, na, your mind will work automatically. Now you know all the context. If I tweak the question, how do you see India's approach towards China? Question is totally changed. Content will be same. Yes, Subhanshi, question please.
So my doubt over here is when you say we have to write an answer about like whatever question comes up in the transcripts, should we write it in the whole conversational mode as we are planning to say it, or just the
You
facts or
write
points?
you write in a mode where you write only 4 to 5 lines that can be well spoken in 30-40 seconds, matlab more than 40 seconds, and you write about that only.
Okay, so not in the pointer format that we are used to writing now.
No. Why pointer format, yaar?
Okay,
Why
sir.
pointer format? It's not like that, na?
And sir, regarding this only, there is one more doubt I have. Like, suppose you asked this question that what is your opinion? There are many transcripts where I've seen the question is first asked that are you like, suppose about a specific incident, say the Galwan Valley conflict probably. So first question is asked, are you aware of this? So ideally, what should we answer in that? Like, just yes, we are aware, or say one or two sentences about it.
Generally, I say you guys are gentlemen and gentlewomen, na? So then what you have to, yeah, yes, sir, I have read something about it. Yes, sir, I have
Just
read very recently about it. Sir, I haven't read very recently, but I know about the issue.
okay, so not elaborating it or giving any more extra information about it.
No, why? Jitna pucha utna at the same time.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
max to max you can mention, yes, sir, I have read about it. It is the issue about the India-China border dispute.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bas, more than enough. Short question, short answer. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is like you have to do for answer writing. ठीक है, I guess इतना clear होगा. Like mains का answer writing is not that you have completed over here. You have to continue now with some other perspective. Fine. Interview is more about the generation of opinion, how you represent the fact. Now I will be giving one directive. There is a media briefing by Ministry of External Affairs every Saturday, I guess. This is available on the YouTube, free of cost. You should watch it. Fine. Now I just wanted to some of the people, those who have already appeared for interview, I guess Dheeraj and Puneet, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Akhil and Himanshu, I do not know. So sorry for being like, if you have appeared already, just let me know.
No, sir.
Okay. So Dheeraj, what are the issues that you faced last time while in the preparation?
Firstly, sir, I was not very, I did not actually understand that how I should prepare during the process. In the 2 months that I got, I took matlab, only till last week of Feb, matlab, when a week before the interview only, I was like, "Ki, okay, this is how I should have read probably, and then I did not have that much time. So the preparation was not up to the mark, I think.
So let me tell you one thing very clearly. Manas Jyoti Das was there. Right now he got, I guess, IRM or some service. Okay. So he was from Assam. He was working in the Assam PSC. He was a very good friend of Subratosh. Subratosh too got IRMS only, I guess, last year. Okay. So he was working for the Assam government and he did not have even a, I say 15-20 minutes for the reading, and somehow he was super busy at that time. And just 2 days before interview, he called me up. He got the number from the Shubratosh and all. And somehow, one thing, let me tell you very frankly, if you feel that you, whenever you feel that you do not have the sufficient time, you will never have the sufficient time. If it is 10 day, it will be 10-day strategy. If it is 5 day, it will be a 5-day strategy. Fine. So this cannot be a reason. Now let me that can be a reason that I do not know how to prepare. I asked about what challenges did you feel?
It was more about answering on the spot. If there is some questions that I have not prepared, on the spot, my answer is not very, I am not leading them towards a question,
Now,
or I'm
this
not
is the substance.
making use of the points that I could lead them to. If they give a very simple question also, I'm giving a very plain answer. I'm not leading them towards a point where I am very strong at. That was, I'm not making use of free hits. Suppose in cricket you're getting a free hit, I'm not making use of it. I'm just taking a single or like that. So that was
ठीक है,
very.
ठीक है, fine, done. So basically, what I will suggest you in this situation, what I will suggest you guys, first understand the thing that this interview is not about like you have to take free hits and all. Okay, whatever issues you faced, it was reason because we were not practicing speaking regular basis. And it's not about the English, yaar. English can be poor, paper gets selected. It's about the conversation. Okay, it's about utilizing UPSC knowledge in your daily affairs. Okay, last year one of the students said that I'm working on a certain app and all, it helps me to improve my English. He did not get very good marks because it's not about the English, no, it's about the conversation, whether you are going for the in-depth. So that's what I will suggest, that go for like regular interaction with the aspirants of the UPSC community only. One thing I will
Okay.
solve it through Zoom based discussion. Fine. Okay. And Puneet, what challenges?
Sir, the challenge was that means in both the attempts, I faced कि I had the content in my mind, but I was not able to. The words were not coming in my mouth. ऐसा लग रहा था कि यार क्या बोले मतलब आ ही नहीं रहा है. In first attempt, it was my language was English, so I thought कि यार English की वजह से शायद हो सकता है. In second attempt, I changed it to Hindi, but then again the problem continued. One thing that I realized कि second attempt में I took your batch, but I used to watch the recordings. तो that I think कि वो बोलने की practice नहीं की. तो एक तो सर वही सबसे बड़ा issue था. Because सर answers we have in our mind, the questions are not very tough. They ask us about the college or why the college name is Devi Elia. मतलब वही सब, लेकिन उस टाइम पे बोल नहीं पाए. बाद में रियलाइज हुआ कि यार क्यों नहीं बोल पाए, क्योंकि प्रैक्टिस नहीं थी.
Yeah, that was the issue. So now before I sum up this session, why I kept this session, okay, why I said that it will be little bit personal. If you got any personalized doubt, you can ask after these directives. Okay, so first directive is that, see, first we copy everything. It's not like that we have anything original. We copy each and everything. The way you eat, it might be case that first you saw with your father or mother or grandparents how they eat. Okay, then you copied it. For the same, I have recommended you to watch MEA press briefings. With that, you will be able to have a good hand over IR. कम से कम वीकली ब्रीफिंग्स में से मेक श्योर दैट यू गाइस वॉच एटलीस्ट 4 to 5. Okay, means 4 to 5 week cover karoge. It's been a tough time. I will say not tough time, but yeah, long time that you have not studied current affairs as well. Post mains, I know that chill mode is there, and it's not required as well for the time being. You just go through the briefings. You will be able to comprehend what is going in the international relations side. Second, the way that IFS officer will speak. You will learn how to handle tricky questions. Okay. Second, background knowledge will increase about that issue. Okay. प्रेस से ज्यादा ट्रिकी क्वेश्चंस कोई नहीं पूछता, यूपीएससी वाले तो और सिंपल पूछते हैं. फाइन. फर्स्ट थिंग, दैट डायरेक्टिव शुड बी क्लियर. Second, when I say that you have to solve the 20 questions of state, I literally mean it to do research over the state. ठीक है. Third directive, graduation subject should be prepared now. How it should be prepared, let me tell you very frankly. You cannot recall. अब किसी ने 10 साल पहले ग्रेजुएशन किया, किसी ने 5 साल पहले, it's not possible to recall ना. Suppose you are engineer, you got 50 subjects. Okay, and the board will ask, okay, so you are engineer. Yes sir. Unfortunately, मतलब नहीं बोलना वहाँ पे ऐसे. ठीक है. Yes sir. For yes, engineer there. Generally they ask which subjects you have read. So don't say what you have read. Say what you have prepared. If they say which subject you like, don't say what you like. Say which you can remember right now, which you can prepare right now. There is a hell lot of difference between the both. Chota subject, it might be a case of no use. I'm able to remember that only. So you are unable to remember that particular subject. Sorry, sir. I remember that was a subject. I do not have that in-depth knowledge. Okay. So I was interested. So the subjects that can be prepared, you mention over there. Second, what you have to prepare, whatever was in your syllabus, uska basic define you can do. Basic define and what principles it work. For example, किसी का फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री है, then physical chemistry पूछ लिया, then you surface tension and all, you should be aware. It's not like the theories. Then application of the same. Okay, basics and application. Application means real life examples. How you know? If you do this much, mark my words, this will not be a issue with you. ठीक है. Next, specifically what I'm telling you to do, 2-3 questions literally will give you, I will say, headaches. What kind of questions? For example, oh, 6 years of gap years, what you have done. To prepare an answer for it, we will redefine it in our sessions, in our calls. Okay, but you should be coming up with some wrong answers at least, not to make it right. Getting my point? That thing. Then gap years done, graduation done, then questions like this. Oh, you have switched so many jobs. Those who have in multiple jobs. It means you do not stay. I do not know if you got some other services, you will waste the seat, you will not do the justice. These kind of questions. Very good academic records. Okay, very good academic records. You will find the questions like, okay, so good, so bright child. Why are you coming into the civil services? Go for the PhD. You only said na right now. Suppose in last question you said that India needs to invest in research and development. Arey, we are investing. Go na. Why you are coming over here? These questions I'm putting up, like they will be real headache for you. Okay, so you can cover these questions. Then comes ki why UPSC? This you should prepare. Why IAS? This you should prepare. Basic questions. I'm telling you, you are guys are smiling right now. Next session when I will take, you will not be smiling. I can take the guarantee. Okay. Then when it comes next question in a similar manner. Okay. Okay, you follow this hobby. You are a yoga person. Pursue it professionally. Oh, you were so high in the so high paying job. Fine, you will do lot of corruption because we will pay only 60,000 rupees. Now, these are the moments for hit 6, to be very honest. But first, अब मैं कोई answer दे दूंगा, it will be like you copy all. That will not be unique, na? It should be your answer. My things can improvise it. ठीक है? Then look up for these questions in the transcripts. थोड़े transcripts read करो so that you can understand what kind of questions are being asked in the UPSC panel. Fine. Next, there is a template. What leaders? I have already shared section 7 with you guys. I think by now you should be clear ki what you have filled. Okay. So those who have filled the section 7, send me. We will discuss before the results itself. ये ठीक है कि नहीं है? Section 7 only. That model draft def I have already shared with you. No? That we can discuss. है ना? So that you can prepare. So last directive will be this one only. ठीक. अब how to prepare section 7? It is more about the values. What you learned from this leadership position, how it will help you as an IAS officer, how it help you in as a person, how it help you as a in a life. ठीक है? ये leadership position है. Same with your extracurricular activities, interest. Same questions. Template same ही रहेगा. ठीक है? ऊपर चले गए. Prices and all. Research about his theory. You said I stood first in this particular Zig Academy Award. So Zig means any suppose you say Ramanujan and all. तो रामानुजन जी के बारे में पढ़ना पड़ेगा फिर. Okay, clear है? So these many directives I had to give. Now we are moving little intense paced. In the last session I told you in general. Now in this session I have little focused. Reason why I conducted a small group discussion for the China question so that you can understand while answering these question on what lines you have to think. Cross questions, what can be there. If that questions would have been, how do you see India's approach towards the China, the way I tweaked, then you have to talk about the India's approach only. India is following this particular approach, this, that, this, a reason for the same. Fine. Before I conclude, just to mention Shubhanshi, you know, suddenly अगर मैं lecture दे रहा होता हूँ, then suddenly I take names. Those who have been in my older sessions, I suddenly will take an Himanshu, Akhil, whatever, like just to. Why? Because these, I suppose, इनका camera turn on नहीं है. ठीक है? At least by name they will be like, हाँ sir कुछ बोलना दे अभी मुझे. ठीक है? Same you can do while answering. If the question becomes long. Sir, due to following reasons. First, say India's approach towards in the divergence side, this. First, second, third, fourth. So you are every time giving a pause. So even long answer will attract the attention. Suppose, as Subhanshi said, that my first line was vague. I did not say anything to her then because I knew that last में conclude करूंगा इस पे. First, second, third point. In the last. Suppose you go this way, what you assure? Are when I talk in paragraph or I keep on talking, you do not know when the things are going to end. But if suppose I say one by one, 1, 2, 3, 4, even though 5 is there, 4 तक की तो बात complete हो गई है ना, 5 will be a new point. If the board member interjects in between, hey Shubhanshi, now let me ask, he might not focus anywhere but only on the third point or fourth point. Got it? So that's all that I had to deliver in this short chat. Fine. We will be working on this way only. Second thing, let me tell you, many people watched recording last year. Okay. I will say live participation is something that I recommend. Okay, recording is something, yes, you can practice speaking. Suppose I give a 10-second timer or 20-second timer, then you speak one by one. It can be done, no doubt over it. But whether it will help you to speak or not, no. You will learn the techniques, but where will you implement? Directly in the mocks? And mock wala person will not be as mindful as me. They are getting paid for the same. I am concerned about my status. I'm concerned about your selections. I will be paid when you will give selection. Simple सा rule है. ठीक है? Second, whenever I'm delivering something, I will give instant feedback. It might be a case कि इस क्वेश्चन में किसी को गाली पड़ी, गाली मतलब डांट पड़ी, ठीक है? In the next question, the person has improved. Because similar lines पे question था and he implemented the learnings in the same. Mock वाला क्या करेगा? He will ask you, sit, have fun. In the end, you do this, you do that, you that. Rest is fine. You have a good potential. Good luck. I know that I have a potential. That's why I reached to interview stage. Increase it, na? Simple the logic. Got it? Chalo then. Let me switch off the recording first.